All right, shalom, shalom, Israel. Shalom to the 12 tribes of Yasha giving, of course, all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. All right, that's all praises to Yahawah in the name of his only begotten Son, YAHAWASHI. Yahawah being the name of the Father, in the name of his only begotten Son, YAHAWASHI, who the world calls Christ, or Jesus, and he is the Savior of the nation of Israel. All right, shalom, shalom. It's your brother Yasha Basically, this is going into the law is perfect. All right, so the law, statutes, and commandments and the word of the Most High, hey, it's perfect. All right, there's no spot or blemish in it. Okay, because we know that the word is Yahawashi. Right, let's go to the book of John, chapter 1, verse 1. We know that the word is Yahawashi. And what was Yahawashi? Yahawashi was the Lamb without spot or blemish. All right, John chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So this word is talking about Yahawashi. All right, because when we skip down to verse 14, it says, and the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. So the only begotten of the Father is talking about Yahawashi. All right, because we know that Yahawashi is the Son of the Most High. All right, and it says that what? John 1 and 1, in the beginning was the Word. Right, because he was the first creation of the Most High. Let's get that in the book of Revelation. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 3, and verse, Salakia, right? Book of Revelation, chapter 3, and verse 14. And unto the angel of the church of the Laodiceans write, these things saith the Amen, the faithful and true witness, the beginning of the creation of the Most High. So the beginning of the creation of the Most High was Yahawashi, all right? And also, another way to prove that is, let's go to the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9. So Yahawashi straight up and told us he was the first beginning, or the beginning of the creation of the Most High, meaning that he was the first creation, all right? And he was the first begotten of the Father as well. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 1. O God of my fathers, this is talking about Yahawah, okay? O God of my fathers, and Lord of mercy, who has made all things with thy word. So the Most High made all things by his word. And we know that the word is who? Yahawashi. So if you have ears to hear, you understand that Yahawashi is the firstborn of every creature. Like it says in the book of Colossians, the first chapter, and he's the first creation of the Most High. Okay? It says in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, meaning he was with Yahawah, and the Word was the Most High. Or Salak, the Word was God. When it says that the Word was God, that means that he was a God. All right, because we know that Yahawashi is a God. In the book of John, it says that basically Yahawashi says that he's the Son of the Most High, right? And that all Israelite men are gods on the earth anyways, because it says that in the book of Psalms, the 82nd chapter, in the 6th verse. Okay, but then let's keep going. We're really focusing on the laws and the word. Okay, and so the laws is perfect, right? Let's get that in the book of Psalms. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 19, and verse 7. And this Bible is perfect. All right, this Bible is perfect. That's why you don't have to go into the book of Enoch. You don't have to go into the book of Jasher and the book of Jubilees. All right, all these these false books that we used to have in the ancient world, but we don't have the same ones now. All right, so you don't have to seek after all those other books. Hey, this is enough, man. Right? The Most High had us. The damn KJ. You can have your KJV, your regular Bible, plus the Apocrypha. Hey, the 80 books. We're all good. All right, with the spirit and power of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, APTTTMH. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 19, and verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. So the law of the Lord is perfect, man. It converts you, right? It has converted a lot of brothers and sisters, right? We were once whoremongers. We were once fornicators. We were once idolaters and adulterers. We were all these things, blasphemers back in the world. But now the law has converted us, has converted our soul. That's why the law is perfect. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. Okay, making wise the simple. A lot of people, they claim that they're wise in the world. When they come to the truth, they realize that all that knowledge that they had before is vanity, Verse 8, the statutes of the Lord are right. Statutes meaning what? Commandments. right? That's why you always hear the laws, statutes, and commandments, right? The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoice in the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. So the commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening your eyes. Okay, it's pure, it's holy, right? We're about to get that too, all right? The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are sure, are true, and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, yea, than much fine gold, sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. So the fear of the Lord and the wisdom and the knowledge and the commandments, that's more to be desired than fine gold. You know, all this gold, all this money, you can't compare it to the Most High's commandments and knowledge and wisdom. All right, it's sweeter than honey. It's sweeter than honeycomb. All right. So let's get that in the book of Romans real quick. It's the book of Romans, because it says the same thing in the so-called New Testament. It's the book of Romans, chapter 7 and verse, chapter 7 and verse 12. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just and good. So the law is holy, the commandments are holy, and just and good. So why would the Most High bid away something that is holy and just and good, even in the New Testament, right? For one, the laws and commandments, they're just and they're good and they're right and they're perfect, right? But the Most High will never do away with that, because hey, He called it just, holy, and good, right? I'm gonna skip down to verse 14, right? It says, "For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin." So we know that the law is spiritual, right? The law is spiritual, man, right? So why would the Most High do away with something that's spiritual? And since the law is spiritual, man, that also goes into it being perfect, all right? But I am carnal, sold under sin, all right? So we try not to walk carnally, you know? And this law is perfect, okay? So let's go to the book of Psalms 119. Because when you really get deep into the law, you'll understand that these laws is perfect. You know, it has dietary laws, right? You know, you can't really just separate the laws, but if we were to separate it, you know, you have Leviticus 11 in the book of Deuteronomy, I believe the 5th chapter, right, or something like that. You know, you got the dietary laws, and you got civil laws: thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal. You know, keeping the Sabbath day. You have all these other moral laws and ceremonial laws. Hey, these laws are perfect, man. All right. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 172. My tongue shall speak of thy word, for all thy commandments are righteousness. Right? It says, my tongue shall speak of thy word, for all thy commandments are righteousness. So all the Most High's commandments are righteousness, man. They're perfect. They're righteous. They're holy. They're just. Okay? It says, let thine hand help me, for I have chosen thy precepts. I have longed for thy salvation, O Lord, and thy law is my delight. He said, my law is my delight. And this is our forefather, David, right? He said, thy law is my delight, right? Isn't that what it says in the book of Psalms 1? Let's go to the book of Psalms, the first chapter. This is how you know that David was a wise man. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 1 and verse 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. See, David, he didn't hang around the sinners, man. He wasn't hanging around blasphemers and wicked people and heathen, right? David was hanging around the men of the Lord and the prophets. He was hanging around Samuel, Jonathan, right? And he was hanging around, you know, Saul too, right? But Saul, he was righteous and then he turned wicked, you know? But it says, verse 2, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, right? And in his law doth he meditate day and night. You see that? So a wise man, his delight is in the law of the Lord, right? So that must mean that what? The laws are also perfect, because he has delight in that. And the Lord also has delight in his laws, right? But it says, and he also has delight in us keeping them, okay? But let's link that back up with Psalms 119 and verse 174. I have longed for thy salvation, O Lord, and thy law is my delight. Let my soul live, and it shall praise thee. Let thy judgments help me. I have gone astray like a lost sheep. Seek thy servant, for I do not forget thy commandments. He didn't forget the commandments because he knows that the commandments are holy, just, and good. Right? That's what the Christians have to understand too, man. Right? That these laws, statutes, and commandments are just and they're good. They think that the law is so bad. Right? They think that something's wrong with the law. No, something is wrong with you. Right? There's nothing wrong with the laws, statutes, and commandments. Right? That's what we're trying to prove here. Through the spirit and power of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 30 and verse 5. It said, and it reads, every word of the Most High is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him. So every word of the Most High is pure. Right? Every word of the Most High is pure. So that means that what? In the word, you have the laws in it. All right? So all those laws, all that word is pure, man. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy, 4th chapter. This is Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 5. It says, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments. What are the judgments? The judgments is like basically, let's say a man, let's go to an example real quick. Real quick, all right? It's the book of Leviticus. All right, let's go to this. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed abomination, they shall surely be put to death, their blood shall be upon them. So back in the ancient world, and even now, man, right, because it still applies, but basically back in the ancient world, if someone were to be found gay and lying with another man as he lies with a woman, you know, homosexuals, the Lord said that you shall utterly, it said that what? Both of them have committed an abomination, meaning that they have committed a nasty and foul sin. They shall surely be put to death, their blood shall be upon them. Meaning that you need to put these people to death, right? You need to put them to death. So that's what that's going into, the judgments. Because there's judgments for these, for breaking these laws, okay? You know, maybe getting stoned, or getting killed, then burned, right? Stuff like that. This is Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 5. That's what that's talking about, the judgments, right? Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of all the nations. We shall surely hear all these statutes, and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. All right? So these laws, statutes, and judgments and commandments makes us wise, right? So that means that this law is holy, man. Right? These laws and commandments, they're holy. This is the book of Job, chapter 28, verse 28. And unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding. All right? And when you fear the Most High, that means you're keeping his commandments. All right? Proving that the commandments are holy and just and good. Why would the Most High give us a list of commandments and judgments that would just utterly destroy us? Right? That would do nothing for us. That doesn't make any sense. All right? He wants his children to prosper. The Lord said that he blessed us above all people in the book of Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Deuteronomy chapter 14 and verse 2. All right? Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 15. All right? And let me get this real quick. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12. And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. So that's what's required of us in these last days, or ever, right? We're required to keep the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. Verse 13, to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good. So this is for our good. Keeping the commandments, right? Reading the scriptures, getting into the word, that's for our good. So these laws, statutes, and commandments are holy. They're holy, man. They're just and they're good. All right? All right? So let's see if I have any precepts. Let me get this in the book of Sirach. Sirach chapter 6 and verse 37. Let thy mind be upon the ordinances of the Lord, and meditate continually in his commandments. He shall establish thine heart and give thee wisdom at thine own desire. Meaning that what, man? The Most High, he said that, look, let your mind be upon my ordinances, right? Let them be upon my my precepts, my laws, and I'm gonna give you wisdom at your own desire. All right? Why? Because these commandments, they're perfect. This is the book of Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 23. All right? The water Yahweh. It says, for the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are in the way of life. So the Lord said that the commandment is a lamp. It's a lamp. All right? So the commandments is a lamp. It's just as holy and good, right? And the law is a light. Okay? And we know that on a deeper level, the commandments and the laws is going into the word, and we know that the word is YAHAWASHI. Because these commandments and the light, they give us way. They lead us to the way of salvation, man. We know that the way of salvation, not, many people are going to be in it, and it's a hard way, all right? Because keeping these commandments, it's not grievous, but it's much harder than being in the damn Christian church, I'll tell you that, all right? Any Hebrew Israelite will tell you that, man. It's way easier to be in the world, not keep any commandments. That's way easier than to live a righteous life, all right? Abiding by the Most High's will and commandments. And reproofs of instruction are the way of life, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. All right, so that's it on that. So you might, you get the point. All right, Lord willing, you get the point. So that's really what I wanted to bring out. The law, statutes, commandments, they're holy, they're just, they're good. All right. Lord willing, you understand through the spirit and the power of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Nabashah. Like say, Kwam Yasha Allah, call HALALYAM, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Nabashah, Shalom.